What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to take a look at the long anticipated Miracleman Omnibus by Alan Moore, so stay tuned. All right, so welcome back, everyone. Here we have the complete run of Alan Moore's Miracleman, finally collected together with all new colors. Whether you are or aren't a fan of the updated coloring, I think it looks pretty nice. Make sure to support the channel, guys. Hit that like and subscribe if you're interested in this kind of content. Some very nice bookend pages here. For story authors, we have the original writer, which is, of course, Alan Moore. However, he did decide to not have his name published on this book. Kat Rodwood, Grant Morrison, and Peter Milligan. For artists, we have Gary Leach, Alan Davis, John Toddleben, Rick Veitch, Chuck Austin, John Ridgway, and others. This book collects Miracleman books 1 to 3, A Dream of Flying, The Red King Syndrome, and Olympus, and some other standalone issues. Now, the history of this character and series is quite complex, spanning from a character called Captain Marvel, written in the 1940s. From then until the beginning of this run, there is a bunch of conflict within companies, creators, artists, some lawsuits thrown in there. If you're interested, all of this is explained starting on page 390. We're not going to get into all of it. We're going to be talking about this particular run, which is a dark, mature, and brilliant departure from that earlier stuff. So in 1953, Mick Anglo creates a new cast of characters to replace the Captain Marvel family of the 1940s. Marvelman, his alter ego Mickey Moran, a Daily Bugle copy boy, young Marvelman, and Kid Marvelman. Marvelman's origin story starts with a reclusive astroscientist who discovers the key word of the universe, Kimota, that can only be used by an honest and brave person for good. He discovers Mickey Moran, treats him in a special machine, and gives him the word, and bam, he becomes Marvelman. Fast forward to 1982, we have a new beginning with Alan Moore. We have the character of Mickey Moran, a somewhat depressed, overweight, older male this time, who is suffering from strange dreams and headaches. He works at a local newspaper and goes out on a reporting job when, after some arising conflict, accidentally discovers a word that he's been trying to remember for what feels like the longest time. Now, that word is Kimota, which is atomic spelled backwards, and bam, he's back as Miracleman. And so begins the discovery of his lost powers, trying to piece together his past and trying to move forward with his life. It's what you would expect from Alan Moore. It's poetically dark, adult-themed, interesting superhero plots that were previously never explored in this medium before. This is pre-Swamp Thing, pre-Watchmen. I think that if you're a fan of Alan Moore, you'll definitely enjoy this. So I don't want to tell you much more about the plot lines in this in case of spoilers, but for supporting characters, we have Mickey Moran's wife, who is kind of stuck in the middle of all these changes her husband is going through, as well as some other interesting folks that try to help him along his way. Antagonist, we have a mad scientist figure that plays a large role in his past, an evil kid Miracleman that plays a large, sinister but ironic role throughout the series, and some other characters I don't care to mention because I feel it will cross over into spoiler territory. This series is imaginative, it's gory, it's a great read overall, filled with a ton of emotion, superhero and sci-fi elements that I'm sure pave the way for other important works in this medium. Now, I did struggle with book number 3's storyline and felt pretty confused from time to time, but overall it's a great body of work from start to finish and wraps up pretty successfully, I think. Now here's the thing, half this book is extras, so you have only about 400 pages of story, but it's very wordy and dialogue heavy, so it's still a good 12 to 14 hour read. Now the extras consist of the history of the characters, original art, some restoration pages before and after, and cover art. Now I'm not too crazy about this content. I don't see why it justifies half the book. I think a lot of it could have been left out, and I would have preferred a cheaper price tag, but you do get a lot of bang for your buck. So that is it. I hope you guys check this book out. If you've read it already, let me know your thoughts about it. And of course, we'll see you in the next video. Take care, guys.